It's been a couple months since I last did a video on how to mix up Keto Chow, and I've changed the way I do it, so I wanted to make a new video showing how I'm doing it now. Also, how to make a Wendy's Frosty out of Keto Chow, because that's delicious. So, I've got 4 blender bottles here. I've got 2 of the small ones, 2 of the big ones. I'm just gonna, this is what I had that was not in the dishwasher right now, so you gotta go ahead and get these ready. So the first thing you need to do is put in the 13 milliliters of MCT oil. I use a pump because you don't have to have any cleanup. This particular pump from Mainstays, the nozzle breaks after a couple weeks and then it starts to leak all over the place. So I just snap the nozzle off and take the cap off and it's good to go. So this, I need 8 squirts using this pump. I measured it ahead of time. Anyway, hold on a second. And I'm putting the MCT and the cream in first because that way it doesn't stick to the sides as much. So, a little trick my friend Paul taught me. Anyway, so I am only targeting 1,400 calories a day, or 13, something like that. So I'm going to use 50 milliliters of heavy cream. If you're targeting 2,000 calories a day, you would want to instead use 119 milliliters. So it's kind of a quarter cup versus a half cup. But I've got this handy little measuring cup that I picked up at Walmart. It's got milliliters on the side and it works great for me. So okay. Yep, tastes good. So I'm just going through and putting 50 milliliters in each one. Okay. Now you're going to want to have your water handy because as soon as you add the powder, you want to mix it up immediately. So I've got my scale, I've got a container to weigh it into, and today I am doing chocolate peanut butter because it's delicious. And that doesn't work out. Okay, so there is chocolate peanut butter. Give myself a scoop. Now with chocolate peanut butter, most Keto Chow is 50 grams of powder. With this one, because of the addition of the peanut flour, it's 60 because there's 10 grams of peanut flour in each meal. So I'm going to measure out 60. Perfect. Stick that in there. Pop in the blender ball. Now comes the water. With these little ones, you have to fill them up pretty full, or else they get way too thick. The end result between the difference between the big ones and the small ones is just how thick the mixture is. And for that matter, you can put the same small amount of water into one of the big ones and achieve the same thing. I kind of like these because they're a little bit easier to mix, they fit in your hand better, and it's kind of nice. So that's good enough for that. Let's do another one. And one important thing to note, the xylem husk fiber that's in here, as it hydrates, it'll thicken up a little bit. And when it does that, if you don't stir it up a second time, about 5 to 10 minutes after you did it the first time, you will end up with big giant clumps of like jelly stuff at the bottom of your blender, of your shake. Ooh, there you go. And that's just no fun. So you want to make sure that after you mix it up, you come back 5 to 10 minutes later and give it another agitation. And you'll see me do that, and I'll talk about it again probably. Okay. So it really doesn't take that long to mix up a bunch of these. Right now I'm mixing for 2 because my wife is also doing keto. So, well, these 4 bottles I'm doing here, well, my last breakfast and lunch tomorrow. We'll see what we do for dinner. Put in a blender ball. I filled this one up kind of a bit to about right here. It's your own personal taste how full you fill them up. If you like it thicker, put in less water. If you like it thinner, put in more. It's really just a matter of taste. Okay. Over to the ball. Yeah, this is the super exciting part of the whole thing. Watching me mix it up over and over again. Okay. Okay, and like I said, with putting the oil and the cream on the bottom, it doesn't stick. You don't get those dry spots. It works a lot better. You just have to make sure you mix it all up. Okay, so while those are hanging out for a couple minutes, I'm going to explain one other thing. Now, Keto Chow, because it has the cream in it and the protein and everything else like that, bacteria loves it. It will grow pretty quick if you don't keep it refrigerated. Plus, it tastes a lot better if it's refrigerated and cold. So you want to make sure that you keep it cold. If you're going to be going somewhere where you will not have access to refrigeration and you need to keep it cold, you can either use an insulated bag with some ice packs, or, well, what I prefer to do, this is something that someone included me in, they're hydro flasks. It's a stainless steel vacuum insulated thermos. This one has the screw on top. This one has the flip top. They work exceptionally well. These 2 little ones hold about the same as this one. And then I've got the big mama one that's 40 ounces. These other ones are 16. This will hold 2 full meals worth. It's kind of nice for breakfast and lunch if you're going somewhere. It is a bit cumbersome and heavy, but it's super awesome. Now, these will keep stuff cold, but they won't make things cold, so you have to start off with cold Keto Chow. The best way to do that is to use a whole bunch of ice in place of the water. So, I am going to use my blender, which was totally a business expense. And I'm going to put the stuff for 2 meals worth into this blender thing. Yeah. Okay, so that'll be 16 squirts with the oil. Yep. And we're going to do, there it is. We're going to do 100 milliliters of the heavy cream. And this one doesn't go up to 100, so I'm just going to do 50 twice. this one to, well, like I said earlier, I want it to have about the consistency of a Wendy's Frosty because it's delicious. So I'm going to replace almost all of the water with ice. So let me measure out 100 grams. 120, because this is peanut butter. So there's 60. There's 60 again. Forgot to get ice. And with the one I'm doing, 32-ounce line is where I'm going to want to put the water up to. So that'll work. And the lid. And I'm going to use the Blend Text Smoothie button. Actually used a bunch more ice. This one will be just fine, but it's not quite as thick as I'd like it. It's more like a milkshake, or kind of a melty milkshake than a Frosty. That's okay, it's still good. So I'm just going to pour this into here. Chances are my wife will use it tomorrow when she's out and about doing stuff with the kids. So anyway, that's mixing up, well, in this case it's 6 meals worth, so hey, we have a full day worth between the two of us. These ones are great for leaving in a hot car and not going bad. And those ones, well, yeah, oh, almost forgot to mix them up again. That would have been bad. Like I said, it makes a nice little jelly, gross stuff at the bottom because of the silent husk. So it doesn't require much. If you mix it up now, it's just fine. If you try and mix it up in like an hour, yeah, game over. It's never going to mix up. Just won't ever do it. So anyway, yeah, there you go. 6 meals of Keto Chow.